Namaste and welcome to your Ashtanga class today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're feeling ready, set, and up to a little bit of sweat and warmth today to our class. So today I just wanted to bring about something that I think we sit with a lot, and sometimes it's not easy to always allow it to infiltrate into specific parts of our lives, and that being uncomfortability. And I think we generally associate these things from a physical perspective when we're feeling disease, or maybe when we're experiencing something difficult, when challenges and obstacles come up in our lives. And the negative connotations that lie with this make it a little bit difficult to convert that process. And I think at times we struggle to find our way out of these spaces, and it's kind of easy to sort of just move it to the side. And I just wanted to bring this to the fore today with simple techniques of bringing mindfulness to it. So the simple thing of when we start our practice and we come into Padmasana. Wow, I'm losing my words every year right now. When we come into seated posture, we struggle a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't feel as free and flowing and as loose and flexible as we normally would like it to be. And again, it comes down to many different variables. The simple thing of going into a posture that feels uncomfortable, that normally feels completely comfortable and flexible. And like I said, the negative connotation, bringing judgment towards it. Right now, we're sitting here feeling comfortable. Just a little move of the knees up and down, maybe just opening those hips up a little wider, brings that comfort. But in that moment, again, we move aside from the discomfort to bring it back, or we move it aside. And the simple thing of bringing that idea of that when we're in the ground as a seed and everything is dark, as we move up and further out, that discomfort of breaking through the ground, breaking through the sand, the soil, that is the discomfort. And today I just want you to bring that focus towards that. If you're in a posture and you feel that something feels not so great, simply bring your attention to, I am growing, I am expanding. And this is where we sit with our discomfort. We choose to look at not just the light, but the darkness of it as well, because they work hand in hand, as do most things in this universe that have been created. We find that space of what it is to what it could be, and also how it is and how it will be. So, small steps, we can never change something just from doing it once, doing it twice. We change it from allowing it to become an essence within. So just creating your intention for your practice today as we slowly start to begin and draw in. Just coming into that space of acknowledging, yes, I may feel discomfort, but my discomfort does not reside within me. My discomfort is a seed to grow and a seed to expand. All right. For our intention, there we have it on our mat for this morning, maybe this afternoon, maybe this evening. So slowly just coming into a nice comfortable seat, maybe an uncomfortable seat. We'll see how it feels today, and we're just going to allow it to flow, and we're going to allow it to be. Just sitting up tall, allowing the spine to elongate, and just gently allowing your shoulders to draw and melt away down into the mat. Unclenching your jaw, just allowing your tongue to rest on your palate. So we slowly start to draw in the space that we're in right now. Slowly bringing in the colors around, slowly bringing in the temperature around, and slowly bringing the emotions around. everything that's carried through memories. As we start to sit and connect into the space, drawing into that connection with our mats, we start to create intention. Drawing into that space of where you feel your creativity lies. Planting that seed of intention. As you start to draw in a deep, lush inhalation, and just sighing it all out. 2 more cleansing breaths. Deep inhale. And just letting it go. Last one. Inhale. And release. Slowly drawing your hands to heart center. As we flow through our opening invocation and chant of Om. Vande Gurunam Charana Ravinde Sanda Shita Swatma Sukha Prabodhe Nishre Yase Jangalika Mane Samsara Hala Moha Shantye Abahu Purushakaram Shankra Chakrasi Dharinam Sahasra Shirasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Inhale for Om. Namaste and welcome to your practice today. May you flow, may you find your fire, and may you sit with all that is. So today we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to work through parts of standing series and a bit of the seated series. Hopefully you can get this body and these muscles flowing and going. Slowly just coming up to stand at the top of your mat. And just taking a moment to check in with your alignment as we zone into our neutral space, our neutral posture of Tadasana, engaging into that mountain. Slowly drawing your gaze forward, allowing your shoulders to draw all the way down. Finding a slight hilt in your tailbone. Just micro bend in the knees, big toes touching, slight gap between the heels. We're going to flow through Surya Namaskar A 4 times and Surya Namaskar B 2 times. As we engage into our warm-up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Releasing your hands, either jumping or stepping back. Flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana, or knees, chest and chin. Coming up to upward facing dog. Releasing back to down dog. We hold here for 5. Activating Ujjayi breathing. And slowly just rolling everything up that needs to find space. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat, either jumping or stepping forward. Coming up to halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, drawing those arms all the way up, overhead. Releasing them through the center line, resetting back into Tadasana. Inhale, exhale, fold. Coming up to halfway lift, releasing your hands as you exhale, drawing all the way back through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to up dog as you inhale, exhale back to downward facing dog. Just finding that moment to center yourself, draw into your peace as you flow into your space. Holding you up for two more. One more breath cycle. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat. Going forward. Exhale, release. Drawing your arms all the way up. And drawing through center. Inhale. As we go again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Releasing your hands to the earth, jumping or stepping back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to upward facing dog. Releasing back to downward facing dog for 5. Just listening to your Ujjayi breathing as you flow in and flow out. Holding here for one more. Inhale, looking up, jumping or stepping forward. Coming up to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping your arms all the way up against your aura. And drawing your hands through your heart line. Back down into Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Tadasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Uttanasana. Releasing your hands, you're jumping or stepping back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up into Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. And releasing back to Adho Mukha Shavasana. Two more beautiful breath cycles to roll through. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat, flowing forward, coming up, halfway left, exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, drawing all the way up, Urdhva Tadasana, and releasing back to Tadasana. Beautiful Surya Namaskar A. Time to engage into Surya Namaskar B. Inhalation. Exhalation, fold. Inhale, halfway left, releasing your hand. Jumping or stepping back. Rolling through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to up dog. Releasing back to downward facing dog for one breath cycle. Inhale, right leg all the way up. As you exhale, placing it between your hands. Ground your back foot to 45. Hip squared off to the front. Front knee at 90. Releasing those arms all the way up. Feeling that beautiful energy creation between your hands as you release it back to Mother Earth. Going away from Warrior One into high plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale all the way up. Upward facing dog. Exhale, releasing downward facing dog for one. Inhale, left leg all the way up. Exhale, placing between your hands. Grounding back foot. Coming up to Virabhadrasana 1 on the opposite side. Engaging into that warrior you are. Drawing your hands down. Stepping back, holding high plank. Flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to upward facing dog. And releasing back to downward facing dog. Holding here for 5. As we recenter, rejuvenate, and refresh. So you know that discomfort, that feeling of I feel out of breath right now, but I'm coming back to center. No judgment, just expansion and growth. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat, either jumping or stepping forward. Coming up to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, releasing those arms all the way up above. And drawing your hands through heart center. As you come back to neutral. Excellent. You guys are doing amazingly. Last part of our warm-up as we flow. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Releasing. Drawing your feet to the back of the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to up dog. And releasing back to downward facing dog. One breath cycle. Inhale, right leg all the way up. As you exhale with momentum, bringing it forward, placing between your hands. Grounding back for Warrior One. Embracing that power through your posture. Releasing your hands down to the earth. Stepping back. Releasing through, flowing, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Holding here for one beautiful breath. Inhale, releasing left leg all the way up. Exhale, placing it between hands, grounding back foot. Front knee at 90. Expressing those arms all the way up towards the universe. Feeling that power. Drawing it all the way back down into your mat. Rolling through your favorite 2 words, Chaturanga Dandasana. Releasing up to Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Back to Adho Mukha Shavasana for 5. Just remembering that discomfort of what the temperature felt like at the beginning of the practice to where you are now. We've expanded, we've warmed up, and we feel so much better right now. Loving this feeling of where we're at right now. embracing it and taking it close and holding it close. Holding here for 2 more breath cycles. Inhale, looking up, flowing forward, coming up to your halfway lift. Exhale, fall, Uttanasana. Inhale, releasing those arms all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart center. And taking a deep inhalation. And allowing it to flow. And releasing that exhale all the way out. Beautiful. Alright, just taking a moment at the top of your mat. Spreading your feet hips distance apart. We're going to come into Padangustasana. To releasing peace fingers. As we bend from our hips, hands to hips, inhalation. Finding that length through your spine. Exhale, fold. You need to take a bend in the knee, allow yourself to do so. Connect peace fingers to big toes. Allowing elbows to flop out. Allowing your head to hang heavy. Holding here for 4 more. Two more breath cycles. On your next inhale, I want you to release your hands from your big toes and placing your palms underneath your feet as you surrender further to who you are, to who you've always been, and to who you always be. Holding here for 1 more. Slowly releasing your palms from underneath. And vertebra by vertebra, just slowly drawing your whole body back up to standing, allowing your head to hang heavy. As you come back to neutral, resetting at the top of your mat, back into Tadasana. Releasing left foot all the way to the back of the mat, finding a wide stance, turning left foot out. We're going to inhale both arms out wide. And as you exhale, hinging over your left hip, imagining a full force pulling you forward, slowly drawing left arm all the way down. You're finding your ankle, calf, or knee. As you open up your right arm all the way up towards 12. Finding your gaze drawing up towards your right thumb. Just imagining your whole back placed up against the glass wall right now. As you find that beautiful stretch. Moving through that discomfort into a place of growth. Imagining those arms pulling further and further away from each other. Holding here for 1 more. Next inhale, going all the way back up to center. Turning left foot in, right foot out. Inhale. And as you exhale, releasing and hinging over your right hip this time. Finding length. Releasing right hand down this time. Left arm all the way up. Taking your gaze towards your left thumb. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, coming back up to center. Turning right foot in, left foot out. Releasing your hands down. We're going to revolve our triangle pose now. Coming into Pavlita Trikonasana. So releasing right arm all the way up as you inhale. As you exhale, we're going to find our right hand outside of our left foot. Opening up left arm all the way up towards the heavens. Drawing your gaze up towards your left thumb. Holding here for 2 more. Next inhale, coming back up to center. Turning left in, right out. As we reset for the opposite side. Inhale. Left arm, finding length. As you exhale, twist, turn, place, hold, and open up with your right arm. Taking your gaze up towards your right thumb. Activating through your Ujjayi breathing. Holding here for 1 more. Inhale, coming back up to center. Resetting at the top of your mat, back into Tadasana. As you take a moment, just coming back to your intention without judgment and full of love, full of light, and full of gratitude. Just opening your heart up a little bit more. Just feeling that chest expand and simply allowing it in. As we refuel, we reset to carry on. Opening left leg up to the back of the mat. Finding a 90-degree angle into your left knee. Just making sure that it doesn't go over your ankle. Just making sure that we're keeping all our ligaments in place to make sure that we maximize and not hurt ourselves. We're going to lead with left hand, so inhale, drawing all the way up. As you exhale, placing it on the inside, opening up right arm, up and over, finding that beautiful length in that diagonal line, drawing your gaze towards your right thumb. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, coming back up to center, turning left foot in, right foot out. Right knee to 90. Inhale, right arm all the way up. Exhale, placing it on the inside. Swiveling, opening up, finding that space. Releasing up and over. Gaze towards your right thumb. Holding here for 1 more. Inhale, coming back up to center. Turning right foot in, turning left foot out. Bending into that left knee. We're going to come into the modified approach today for our revolved side angle pose. Drawing your hands to heart center. We're going to open up, placing right elbow to right knee. Pressing those hands as close together to heart center. Drawing your gaze over your left shoulder. We're holding here for 5 breath cycles. Engaging into Ujjayi. If you're feeling any discomfort, just drawing back into your intention, coming back to your breath, Coming back to your space. Then you have 2 more. Next inhale. Releasing your torso all the way back up. Turning left foot in, right foot out, bringing into that front knee. Inhale. Hands to heart center. Slowly join left elbow to right leg. Slowly opening your hands up, drawing them close to heart center. Taking your gaze over your right shoulder. Holding here for 1 more. Inhale, coming back up to center. Resetting at the top of your mat. Drawing in a deep inhale. Exhale, release. Okay. We're going to move a little bit forward. As I said, we're combining both a bit of the seated and the standing series. We're going to move to the end part of the standing series. Seem to be losing my train of seated and standing right now. We're in standing posture right now. As we inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Drawing your hands down to the earth, either jumping or stepping back. Flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Releasing back to Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat, either jumping or stepping forward. Coming up to Urdhva Uttanasana. Releasing down to Uttanasana. Raising your fingers across the mat as you come up into Utkatasana, chair pose. So just taking a moment to check that your knees are slightly away from your toes so that you can see them. Drawing your gaze all the way up as you sit into that awkward posture. Holding here for 3 more. Seeing if you can sit a little bit deeper into your chair. Holding here for 1 more. On your next exhale, drawing your hands down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Drawing your hands down, either jumping or stepping back. Flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to upward facing dog. Releasing back to down dog. Holding here for 1 breath cycle. Inhale, right leg all the way up. As you exhale, placing it between your hands. Grounding back foot. Squaring those hips off. Coming up into warrior 1. We're holding here for 5. Holding here for 1 more. Exhale, releasing your hands, turning your feet, drawing into your left knee this time. Inhale, both arms up, coming up into Virabhadrasana 1 on the opposite side. Holding here for 1 more. And your next exhale, releasing your hands, Turning left foot in, right foot out. Heel to heel alignment. Bringing into the left knee as you prepare for Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Opening in, your arms out wide. Just taking a check to see that both hands are in alignment. Just dropping them slightly. Allowing your shoulders to the breast. And drawing your gaze over your middle finger as we hold here for 5. Next exhale, drawing your hands down. Turning left foot in. Right foot in, left foot out. Inhale, both arms out wide. Checking in alignment. Drawing shoulders down. Gaze over your middle finger. Holding here for 5. Good in a little deeper. And your next inhale. Drawing your hands together, looking up to the front of the mat, turning right foot forward, releasing your hands down towards the mat, stepping right foot back, flowing through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up, Urdhva Mukha Shavasana, back to Adho Mukha Shavasana. Holding here for 1 breath cycle. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat. You can find seated from here. So either using a jump through, step through, or just allowing yourself to place yourself by walking forward and drawing your torso all the way down. Slowly extending the feet forward as we start to engage into Dandasana. So just taking a moment, pointing those toes up, finding flexion through your calf muscles as you find a little gap between your heels and your mat, elongating through your spine, drawing your hands down towards the mat. We're not pressing into them. We're holding here for 5 breath cycles. Enjoying this discomfort because we know from this discomfort we're going to find a little bit of exercise through our core, which is beautiful for our body, beautiful for our breath, and beautiful for that detoxification process. Holding here for 1 more. Exhale, release, just let it go. Finding neutral through your body. We're going to come into 2 variations of Paschimottanasana. So what I'd like you to do, just finding length through your spine. Inhale your arms all the way up. We're going to go with our peace fingers connecting to our big toes. Inhale. Exhale, release all the way down. You need to bend into your knees, allow yourself to do so. Finding length through your spine as you release your torso all the way down towards your thighs and your knee. Finding a little bit more length. And your next inhale, drawing all the way back up to center. Beautiful. This time round, second variation, we're going to place our hands over our toes. So Finding length through your spine, elongating, beautiful lush inhalation as you allow the dynamic movements of your hips, drawing all the way forward, placing your hands over, finding length through your spine, as you slowly engage further and further, all the way down towards the earth. Inhale, coming back up to neutral. Drawing right leg with the left leg. Rolling over. Stepping left and right back. Holding high plank as we roll through our vinyasa. Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to up dog. Releasing back to down dog. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat. Finding seated. Beautiful. Extending your feet forward. We're going to come into Purvottasana now. So just allowing your toes to point as far forward as possible. Making sure that your hands and ankles are direct. Hands and wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. You're going to inhale, drawing your whole torso all the way up. Drawing those hips towards the sky. Releasing your head back. Drawing your gaze all the way up. And holding here for 5. Using that core. Pushing your hips all the way up. Holding here for 1 more. Just reaching up as far as you can go. As you exhale, drawing your neck all the way back up. Slowly drawing your buttocks down to meet the mat. Crossing left leg over right this time, rolling over your knees. Setting up into your high plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to up dog, releasing back to down, and coming back to seated. Beautiful. From here, we're going to come into Triyamukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. So we're going to extend both feet forward. This time we're going to start with our left. So we're going to bring left leg in, right, left leg. Wow, I'm making serious jokes here today. Bringing in your left leg in, slowly extending it out to the outside of your mat. Just making sure that both buttocks are connected to the mat. 4 steps first. Releasing all that flesh from your thigh, from your calf muscle, just finding that extra millimeter of comfort. And remember, either 1 of 3 variations, either folding forward, surrendering down to you, releasing back onto your elbows, or if you can, allowing yourself to come into the full expression, releasing your whole body down to the earth. Right. So finding your variation, just making sure that that front foot is activated. Inhale, finding length through your spine, and either folding forward or releasing back. Holding here for 5 breath cycles, drawing that gaze all the way up. If you're down, if you fold it over, just allowing yourself to sink further and further into your posture. Holding here for 1 more. Inhale, drawing back up to center. Releasing your left leg all the way into your chest. Extending it forward. This time right leg over left. Rolling over. Flowing through your vinyasa. Coming up to Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Releasing back to Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat, finding seated. Extending both feet forward, finding length through your spine. Inhale, right leg in. As you exhale, placing it to the outside. Turning the flesh out through your thigh and calf. Moving from that extra space of discomfort to an extra millimeter of comfort. Okay. Left foot activated. Inhale, finding length. Keeping the same variation that you had on the opposite side. Slowly rolling back or rolling forward. As you acclimatize, as you adapt, and as you ease into your posture. Next inhale, going all the way back up to neutral. As you bring your right knee in, taking left over right this time, rolling over, releasing back to your high plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Know those favorite two words of all of us. Ashtangis, we love it so much. Slowly rolling back to down dog, looking up to the top of your mat. As we find seated, extending those feet forward. We're going to come into a couple of variations of Marichyasana. So first things first, bringing right leg in. Taking your fist, just placing it between the foot of your heel and your thigh, just making sure that that gap is firm. Just making sure that left toes are pointed up. We're going to come into a bind. So inhale, right arm all the way up. As you exhale, rolling it around your knee. Taking left arm, connecting it to your hand. If you're not there, it's fine. If you do have a strap, just allow yourself to connect one side to the other. So placing it behind, binding, and just connecting it together. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, release all the way down. Holding here for one more. The next exhale, release. Crossing right over left. Flowing through. High plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Releasing from up dog back to down dog. Looking up to the top of your mat. Finding seated. Extending both legs forward. This time bringing left in. Finding that first gap between your thigh and your foot. Inhale, left arm, finding length. As you release, exhale. Taking right arm all the way around, connecting. Making sure that that right foot is pointed and flexed. Inhale, finding length. Releasing your torso all the way down. Drawing your head down to the earth. Holding here for one more breath cycle. Inhale, finding length. Crossing the left over right this time. Rolling over. Taking your feet back to the back of the mat. flowing through, coming up to up dog, releasing back to down dog, looking up to the top of your mat as we find seated again. We're going to come into Marichyasana B now. So this time bringing right leg in. We're going to take left leg and thread the needle underneath. Coming into the bind again this time. So using right arm. This time it should feel a little more easier to connect your bind. So finding length as you inhale through your right arm, drawing it all the way around, placing the left hand behind your back, connecting that hook to your fingers. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, release, fold over, and draw your head all the way down as far as you can towards the earth. Holding here for one more breath cycle. Inhale, coming all the way up. Pressing left over right. Riding over. Stepping feet back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming all the way up. Releasing back to down dog. Holding here for one breath cycle. Looking up. Finding seated. Extending feet forward. Left leg in. Right leg. Thread the needle under left. Inhale, finding length. As you exhale, releasing it behind. Connecting your hook. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, release. Holding here for one more. Inhale, coming back up to center. Crisscrossing right over left. Flowing through. Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to up dog. Releasing back to down dog for 5. Holding there for one more. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat, finding seated. Extending your feet forward. As you raise your vibration, raising your arms. Tuning into your frequency. Connecting to that fire within your belly as you draw through your core. Slowly releasing the torso all the way down towards the mat. Extending your feet out toward the outer edges of the mat. Arms facing up or down. As you engage into your final posture of Shavasana. Just taking a moment to release your breath. Feeling that comfort of connecting to your mat. feeling at ease, your body, your mind, and your soul, fully engaged, fully aligned. We remember ourselves through our experiences. We foresee ourselves through the mirror. We find ourselves in our moments, through the reflection, through the water. At times stagnant, at times flowing, times with the sun, at times with the moon. We create space. The environment folds, the environment surrenders, the environment opens. Through each piece, we find hope. We draw through our faith as we intertwine each and every fiber of our being through this lived experience. We move, we travel, we connect. We lay our hearts on the line because we are open-hearted. We are full of love. We are full of light. As we dream in this moment, we find ourselves fully immersed with who we are, who we've been, and who we will forever be. You are the warrior of your light. You are the warrior of your soul. You are warrior. Slowly reawakening, allowing the energies to flow all the way through you. As you roll your right thumb over your forefingers and start to find a small wriggle through your toes, just gently rotating your wrists and your ankles. As you slowly start to find a deep inhale, stretching your arms overhead, extending your feet forward. As you sigh it all out. Inhale, bringing your knees to chest. As you give yourself a massive hug of love. Slowly rolling over onto your right hand side, resting your head on your left bicep. Just taking a moment to share in the gratitude for your practice today. Thanking yourself for the journey you've taken. As you slowly pop yourself back up into a seated position, bringing your hands to heart center. We close out our practice with our closing chant, the chant of Om. Swasti prajabhyaha paripalya yantam nayena magena mahim mahisha ko brahmaya shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Inhale for Om. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. May your day be filled with all the magic, all the light, and all the love from me to you. Namaste.